hired as defensive coordinator, made it official yesterday. Here to give us reaction this morning from the trail is Coach O. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Miss our coffee, but we're out on the road recruiting.
Yep.
Coach Johnson and Coach Lockenturo's in the front. We're going to have us one great day today.
Absolutely,
Love it.
Coach. Bo Pelini, your defensive coordinator, official news yesterday. Why did you land on Pelini?
I've known Bo for a long time, and obviously with Coach Aranda, I knew one day that he would get a head job, and we're happy for him. I thought Bo was the best choice for LSU. When he came here, he had great defenses, some of the top defenses in the whole of the nation. I've known Bo for a long time. He and I have a great passion for the game. I think with the coaches that we have on our staff, this is an excellent choice. It's the best choice that I feel for LSU. I always want to bring the best for LSU. I think we got a great hire.
Yeah, and look, Coach, I played for Coach Pelini. I loved playing for him. Look, he's a fiery guy, though, right? And so, like, stylistically, that is a bit different than Coach Aranda. How do you think the team's going to respond to having a bit more of like an in-your-face coach?
I think they're going to love it. Obviously, there's several ways to coach, and everybody has to coach within their own demeanor.
Yeah.
I love the way he coaches. I think, Coach Carroll is a mentor of Bo Pelini and I. I talked in length about Bo to Coach Carroll. He said he's one of the best defensive minds he's ever been around. I talked to Jack Marucci. I talked to Tommy Moffitt. I talked to the ex-players. They said he is one of the best defensive coordinators ever been. I'm highly recommended. I just thought he was the best choice.
I mean, look, that's the due diligence right there. You hear from Coach O. We're talking now on off the bench. And Coach, so Pelini, he goes for the numbers at LSU are absurd. Then he goes to Nebraska and really puts together way better seasons than maybe Nebraska fans even realized at the time. But he's been at Youngstown for a little minute now. Through talking to him, this hiring process, how do you feel that he's kind of kept up with the evolution of the game, specifically kind of what we've seen in the SEC, which y'all are at the forefront of, like the rise of the offense?
Yeah, I think he had a good taste of it, being at Nebraska, being in that league up there. I think you saw a couple of those offenses. I'm sure you saw them at Youngstown State. But he's going to be very – in fact, we went when he was a defensive coordinator, we went and talked to him about playing the spread when he was at USC. So he knows how to play the spread. He's been in the NFL. He can defend anything. He's a brilliant mind.
You mentioned you're familiar with him. So is Coach Bush and Coach Raymond, who work directly with him on the defensive staff. How much did that mean to you in putting those guys together in the chemistry?
It means a lot for continuity. I think that we have an excellent defensive staff here. I talked to Bo about it. He was all for it. We talked at length about each assistant coach. He knew about them. Very impressed with all of them. I think everything's going to fit in well. He's going to start work on Monday morning, and we're just excited to have him. I think we're very fortunate to have him. I'm glad he was available.
And Coach, maybe this is getting a little too in the weeds here this early on in the process, but I just remember back in the day, Coach Pelini kind of coaching out of that base 4-3. Obviously, the past few years, you kind of been recruiting towards that 3-4. Now, you got to be multiple, but do you have an idea of what that kind of base set or package is going to be?
Yeah, we talked about it briefly. Obviously, Bo's, when Bo was in the NFL with Coach Carroll, they ran the 3-4.
Okay.
And then he ran the 4-3 here at LSU. So I think he knows how to do both. It's going to be his decision which way he wants to go, and we're going to follow his lead.
Coach Ed Ogeron checking in this morning with us as Coach O out on the recruiting trail. Now Coach, you're in the middle of recruiting season. You just finished up your regular season, and you've also been kind of trying to keep and put your staff together. How wild is this time right now in college football for you on the schedule?
It keeps us going. We get up at 4:30 in the morning. We go to bed at 10 o'clock at night. We're on the phone all day. It's exciting. It's competition. This is a big time for our program. Obviously, we had a lot of success last year. We want to build on that, but this is a new year. We had a team meeting with our guys yesterday. I met with the mid-year graduates on Sunday. You guys are going to love this group. They're big, they're lean, they're very athletic, and they're great young men. And I do believe we're going to finish strong in this recruiting class. I can't wait to get back to work with our team. on the football field.
Two upperclassmen that decided to come back for one more year of eligibility, Coach, on the defensive side of the ball. What does it mean for you and your locker room, Tyler Shelvin and Jacoby Stevens?
Means a lot, and I'm glad they came back. And obviously, I thought those two guys had great defensive years this year. I think they're going to be two of the top players in the country at their position. They're great young men, great leaders. Also, Glenn Logan coming back. And,
Yep.
you know, I saw Austin Deckers up there yesterday. I saw a lot of guys coming back. We're excited. I'm excited about Miles Brennan and see what he can do at quarterback. I believe in him. I'm excited about the two young quarterbacks that we have. And, let's see the three young quarterbacks that we have. Let's see what we got going. The competition's on.
Yeah, quarterback's definitely one of those spots that we're going to keep an eye on. Inside linebacker as well, Coach. A little bit of a void there with the departures. Really great players been in that position for years now. How are y'all feeling about replacement? Is anybody kind of standing out here early on in the process?
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna talk to Bo about it. We're gonna look at what we have. Obviously, the guy that stands out to me is Damone Clark. You know, I think it's his time. He had a great camp last year. But you know, we're gonna talk about how we're gonna play our guys, where we're gonna put them in position. I think it's going to be a process to let Bo look at the guys in agility drills, see how they run, watch their film. And then I think as we go on the process, he's going to put the guys in the right place. He's an expert at it.
For the way you played offense this season, I'd imagine that there's high interest around that passing game coordinator. How do you go through settling in on that position?
You know, I'm taking my time with it, to be honest with you. It'd be a right fit. Obviously, we have a list of names. We have some great candidates out there. We're going to start interviewing guys maybe as early as next week. We'll vet the guys that look as the best fit for us. We have some great candidates there. And, you know, I'm just very fortunate that we have Steve Ensminger. Yeah. I mean, he's been the glue to the whole thing. As we know, Steve doesn't have an ego. He did a fantastic job, one of the most prolific offenses last year. We have him back. George Munoz was a big key for us. We lost him. We went to Baylor. Dave got him a good hire there, but he would still be a candidate to come back. I'm going to look at all the guys that we have, and we're going to get the best for LSU.
Talking to Coach Ed Ogeron, and you said one of the best offenses, Coach Steve, was the head of the highest scoring offense in college football history last year. So congratulations again. So that kind of goes right into what I wanted to ask you, and I know that we keep asking you this, but now that you're really back in it, like right now you're boots on the ground outside of a high school, what has been that response on the recruiting trail to the year that was, now that you're head first back in it?
It's like nothing like I've ever seen.
Wow.
People are so happy and appreciative of the job that our football team and our coaching staff did. We go into schools, it's a celebration. I stop at the red light. People are screaming, Coach O, go Tigers. I'm in Washington, D.C. the other day. People are crossing the street from Michigan screaming, go Tigers. Wow. I just feel like all the nation was so happy that we won the national championship.
You got 5 Tigers representing you in the Super Bowl this week. I know you're busy. Do you pay attention to that game at all?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to watch it. Obviously, I'm not going to watch all the hype. I don't have a chance to. Yeah. There was a little bit on ESPN this morning at 5 o'clock. I watched a little bit of that, but, we're going to pull for our guys. And all our guys did well in the Senior Bowl. We had some great reports on our guys about their work ethic, their character, and their toughness. So I'm so proud of all the boys that win the Senior Bowl.
You picked up 2 commitments this past weekend. You had a big one in town over the weekend. It seems like recruiting's finishing up real strong for you here. How do you feel coming down the stretch?
Yeah, things are going good. Obviously, we have to finish strong. We already have a strong recruiting class already signed, and I'm happy about that. But if we can add a couple of great players, which we right in the mix, we want to for some of the best players in the country, it'll be a very strong finish.
So, Coach, you mentioned having a great Senior Bowl. One of those guys was Lloyd Cushenberry. Like, apparently he just blew people away on the field, off the field. I didn't realize he has a 6'11" wingspan. How do you replace Lloyd? Like, we talked about linebackers and quarterback, but that is going to be one of those, like, somebody's going to have to step up.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if we're going to find another Lloyd. I think, as you know, everybody's different. But I'm really excited about Jason Hines. Jason was a an offensive and a defensive player. He's very athletic. He could have played defense in college, but we put him at center. As you know, T-Bob, you need an athletic center, and he's a little bit bigger and stronger than Lloyd is. And
Wow.
so, Lloyd had a lot of great intangibles about himself. Now it's Jason's time to step up. The good thing about Jason High, he's going to be going against Tyler Shelvin every day. Iron sharpens iron. Let's see what happens.
From the recruiting trail, best coach in college football out there for the LSU Tigers representing and checking in this morning. Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. Go Tigers.